Hey guys, JCV here. I would like to discuss with you on my experience with Hi-Fi Rush. We start off with Chai following his goal to become a rock star as he volunteers for Project Armstrong's robotic enhancements. The company has other ideas instead, and with a swift of luck, he was able to avoid the whole operation and decides to escape. These cutscenes are fully voiced with gorgeous hand-drawn animation, which would be one of the main highlights throughout the game's storytelling, as they do a great job to make it engaging while providing an easy to follow story. As for the gameplay, it is a rhythm action game that has us fighting against security while doing this on the beat. It isn't mandatory to be in perfect sync, but it will reward us with more damage and score in the end. It also helps out that the environment around us is in tune with the beat, as we can follow along with the visual cues than just relying on the music alone. The hack and slash portion provides us with a variety of options to deliver a beatdown with style. These attacks are done by pressing a different set of buttons that will give us different results. I found this to be my main focus on mixing things up and seeing what works effectively, due to some being better against a single target of combining more hits together compared to multiple surrounding us that hits all of them at the same time. The combat gets expanded upon as we go further into the story. We get to use more abilities such as the magnet hook to bring ourselves to closer distances. Also, defense becomes improved with choosing to parry instead of dashing to evade enemy attacks, and being able to use special attacks. These special attacks helps out on defeating larger waves and more difficult opponents. And my personal favorite that I use very often, having allies to assist us against certain conditions that Chai can't defeat, along with providing additional damage and extension opportunities to our combos. With all this being said, the extra abilities will need to be purchased at the shop. These are spent with gears that are found during the stages and can be given as a reward from completing the challenges. There are many to collect, along with additional bonuses of obtaining higher HP, meter and chips to give ourselves an extra buff. I focused mainly on getting new attacks due to how many options I wanted to explore during battle, as it almost took me the entire playthrough to unlock all of them. Nearby the end of these levels would be the boss fights, as they each would have crucial moments to the story. These are done very well to express their personalities from what we have gathered during the stages, along with the multiple scenarios that we would need to figure out. I enjoyed seeing some references being used, such as Mimosa taking a note from Space Channel 5, which I felt should have been done more to show how much of a diva she actually is. In between the fighting sections, we will be moving from one place to another that involves more platforming and puzzle solving. Branching pathways will sometimes open up for extra rooms that will provide us with extra goodies such as health and reverb tanks. However, the main importance they have shown is to keep a linear level design to ensure it's easy to make further story progression. It's a shame though seeing this, because at certain moments the environment looks jaw-dropping to entice a bigger world out there waiting for us to explore. Another part that we get to encounter during these sections would be the character interactions. We would be able to talk with Armstrong's employees of their current situation that builds into further details on how they have been treated, and Smidge providing hints all around that are helpful and suggestive at the same time. Also, there are logs that we can read that adds on to the craziness behind the scenes, as I enjoyed going through them, that will tell us more on what we are going up against. Further character interactions are handled by gaining new allies. Their introductions are done well to provide their purpose and role they have towards the story. Lots of banter also happen throughout the stages, and many comedic moments follow up to make these moments very memorable. More character development can be spent before we start a new mission at the hideout. This becomes a place to talk more with our allies on how they feel about the current situation. The character's growth gets bigger, and it becomes one of my favorite parts of the game to focus on. Lastly, I completed this game in around 13 hours as I tried to explore through everything I possibly can and improve on my rhythm during battle. The post-game provides a lot of different modes and extras to run through, as I felt satisfied enough to run back into the story again to relive some of my favorite cutscenes, along with grabbing the rewards that I could only run into here. Overall, Hi-Fi Rush is the must-play game of this generation that shows when Microsoft places their full trust in a developer's ambitions to make something truly special. If any of you guys have any experiences with this game, feel free to share in the comments, and I hope you have a wonderful day.